Nitrogen cycle is the circulation of nitrogen in nature, consisting of a cycle of chemical reactions in which atmospheric nitrogen is compounded, dissolved in rain, and deposited in the soil. It returned to the atmosphere by bacterial decomposition of organic matter. Humans have been exerting an ever-increasing impact on the global nitrogen cycle. One of the major influences of humans on the nitrogen cycle is dumping of raw sewage that contains nitrogenous waste along with the urban runoff. When large amounts of nitrogen collect in a water body, eutrophication can result. This is an accumulation of excess nutrients which causes algae bloom. The algae rapidly deplete all of the oxygen in the water, making it inhospitable for fish and other aquatic organisms. Eutrophication may also lead to a deadly red tides. A burning of fossil fuels and wood also impacts the nitrogen cycle. It contributes to a large amount of nitric oxide in the atmosphere. Nitric oxide can combine with oxygen gas to form nitrogen, which reacts with water vapor to form a strong acid. This acid may cause a deadly acid rain that could also kill fish and can damage trees.
Before using N2, nitrogen, it has to be converted or changed so plants can use it. Nitrogen, you need it to live. It creates the proteins in the humans and the chlorophyll in plants. Lightning, some bacteria that live in some plants can fix the nitrogen in the air, which makes nitrogen fixation. Only in certain plants have this, called legume plants. They have a special bacteria in the roots. The soil of the plants helps the nitrogen turn into ammonia and nitrate, then used to grow. Animals get their nitrogen by eating the plants that have the nitrogen inside of it. Through their waste products, or when they die, it goes back into the ground, into the soil, by the decomposers, so the plants can reuse the soil again. To put nitrogen back in the air, another bacteria does this. Ammonia and nitrate back into oxygen. Without nitrogen in the world, oxygen equals 21%, nitrogen equals 28%. The other gases, like CO2 and argon, is only 1%. Without the chlorophyll, the photosynthesis, chlorophyll makes photosynthesis, which needs oxygen to function. Without it, the food chains and the food webs would fall. Nitrogen fixation is bacteria converted nitrogen into ammonium. Ammonification, ammonium produced when decomposers breaks down organic material. Some bacteria are converted ammonium into nitrite and into nitrate, which plants use this as a nitrogen source. Denitrification is denitrifying bacteria complete the cycle by converting nitrite or nitrate back into nitrogen gas. Crop rotation helps keep high nitrogen soil, which you would grow ligaments one season and then crops the next. The steps of the cycle. First step, atmosphere nitrogen, N2, falls down. It can't be absorbed right away in the plants or animals, so it needs to be converted or fixed so the plants can use it and pass it on along the food chain. Through thunderstorms and lightning, nitrogen atoms are separated by intense heat and combined with atmospheric oxygen to first form NO, nitrate oxide, and then add another atmospheric oxygen to create NO2, nitrogen dioxide. When the rain falls down, the droplets dissolve the nitrogen dioxide to form a dilute form of nitrate acid which falls. The water that fell from the clouds, they seep through the ground and mixes with calcium and magnesium minerals to form soluble nitrates. These minerals are easily absorbed into the roots of the plants, but some stay in the soil, some get caught up in the runoff and placed into the body waters. Another way of converting atmospheric nitrogen by biological fixation undertaken by microorganisms found deep within the body of water. Example of this would be phytofermentation. Some plants have special structures in their roots to hold the nitrogen fixing bacteria, because the bacteria that's on the plants absorb nitrogen form and convert it to amino acids, which are absorbed by the plants right away. By doing that for the plants, the bacteria get to live there, and some carbohydrates as food for the plants. Some microscopic plants in bodies of water also fix nitrogen directly for the atmosphere. As that all happens, another group of bacteria are decomposing dead plants and animal matter and waste that has organic nitrogen be converted to ammonium nitrates and nitrates in many steps. Plants absorb nitrates and some ammonia through the roots. Most nitrogen in the nitrogen cycle is converted to nitrates by biological fixation. All of the nitrogen that is converted isn't all absorbed through the plants. Some unused ammonia nitrates and nitrates remain in the soil until they get washed into the body of water. Instead of the nitrogen compounds building up, another group of bacteria are denitrifying the compound. In this process, they bring out all the nitrogen back into the air. Nature has a way of making homeostasis to use and reuse nitrogen. Denitrifying bacteria is only found in certain soils and water bodies where the oxygen levels are low, and the bacteria quickly breaks up the nitrogen compound, rich oxygen, and take out their in return the nitrogen back in the air through the cycle of conversion of nitrogen into nitrate and nitrite and ammonium, and denitrifying of nitrite and ammonium back into nitrogen is a cycle of nitrogen.